YouTube, what's going on? Friends, family, co-workers, whatever, associates, how's it going? Haven't been on here in a minute, had to work, been working long hours, so I was like, I definitely got to come back and do another video for you guys. But anyway, I wanted to talk about God's time versus your time. God's time is right on time. It's always on time. You can't beat God's time. Our time isn't on time all the time. Usually it's not on time. You can beat, you can beat our time, yes. It's not on time. It's something about when God's timing, when he does so, when God has his plans for you, in God's time, when God says everything has its time and season. And when it's God's time, it's always the right time. I've learned, in the past, I would pray for things. I'm like, man, God, I want you to give me. Back then, I would pray for money and stuff like that. Can you give me a raise on a job or a new car or whatever? And I would get mad, and like in a few months, nothing happens. And I get mad when nothing happens. And time go on, I'd be mad. I'd be like, man, why you ain't, why isn't God showing up for me? Why isn't he giving me this that I prayed for? Giving me this car, giving me this raise. Why isn't he giving it to me? I prayed for this. I wanted this. And later on down the line, even in the Bible, it says, I'll reveal to you why I did what I did. Well, in time or just period, in any time. You would learn, you would find out why I did the things that I did. Well, down the road, I would wind up getting that raise, or better yet, going to a better job and getting a raise, and making more money and getting that car. And I would look back on it and I would say, you know what, man, I know why he didn't give me that raise on that. He didn't want me to stay on that job. He didn't want me to stay in that field. He had better plans for me. He wanted me to move up on his time. And so I had to wait. I had to wait till I had my mindset right and then I would go to another job and go and choose another career and move up. It was all about his time and his planning, God's plans, and you can't beat that. And I'm like, man, now that I've changed jobs, changed careers, done all this, and I can look back on and say, well, man, that's why he didn't give me that raise. Because if I had got that raise then and got that car then, I would have stayed stable right there. I'd have been set right there. I'd have been stagnant right there. I wouldn't have moved up. I wouldn't have met this person, this lady that I met from going to a new career, from being in this field, from being in this company. Yeah, I wouldn't have met this woman. I wouldn't have met these people, these great people who would give me this sound advice, sound wisdom, and these great people who would give me all this good knowledge of things about the career, about the field or whatever. And that's just an example. I understand you got your own examples. I'm sure this has happened to you in the past. You look back on things like, man, I'm glad he didn't give me that raise then, because I would have took that money. The person I was dating at the time, I would have took that money and I would have not only stayed on that job, but I've been giving some of that to them, sharing that with them, and they were wrong. They didn't have my best intentions. They'd been still stabbing me in my back and going behind my back, talking crazy. I'm glad he didn't do it during that time. Glad I had to wait. And our time, we want things now. Usually, whenever we try to do things our way on our time, it's always disastrous. Even when we ask God to show me a sign if this person is right for me or not. He show us a sign this person is not right for you. I gave you a sign this person is not right for you. You said if this and that happens, then that person is not for me. If that and that happens, this person is for me. And that didn't happen, and that right there was telling you that person ain't for you, but you ignored the signs. You wanted to do it on your time, and then you went down the road and it was disastrous. So many people do that in marriages and in relationships especially, but that's in life. And you gotta wait on God's timing. God, and then like God's timing, they also call that Kairos, and Chronos is our timing. Yeah, in the Bible, you look it up, Kairos. It's always usually the perfect time. It's God's time. You can't beat Kairos. You can't beat God's timing, God's plans. You can't beat that. I thank God that I didn't get this house when I was dating. I wanted a house back years ago, but I'm glad I didn't get it then. I didn't know what I know now as far as even about the people. I would have tried to bring those people with me, bring those people in my home. I'd had all the people in my home, those fake people in my house, those fake backstabbers in my home with me, not knowing no better. But he got rid of them. I had to get rid of those people first, and that's a lot of times. You got to think about it. Sometimes you got to get rid of those people. You got to get rid of all. He gonna wait till you get rid of all. He gonna try his best to get rid of those people for you. He will get rid of those people for you, but he wants you to do it. And until you get rid of those people, he's not gonna bless you with more. You got some bad people around you, and they're gonna do something to you. They're gonna hurt you. They're gonna hurt you. They don't have your best intentions. You're gonna get all these great raises and blessings and their new cars, new stuff, and they're gonna be, and it's gonna be disastrous with them. You might get this brand new car, and normally you be at home chilling, doing nothing, just chilling out, or you may only just ride back and forth to work and do your thing, but they gonna be begging you for rides, and you giving them a ride here and there. Now you putting more miles on this car. Now you get into an accident or something, trying to do something for them, going their way, with this nice new car you done prayed for and got, saved up your money and bought, and it tears up, and they don't care. They going on about their business. They going on their way. And if you had never been around them people, you would have never been out there with them in the car. Or they might have some drugs on them in the car. They might have some drugs on them in the car, and police pull you over, and boom, you busted. And that has happened to a lot of people. God wants you to get rid of those people. It's all about God's timing, not your timing. Your timing is always, it never can outdo God's timing. It never will. And sometimes things happen the way you wanted to happen in your time, and that's the way God wanted to happen too. But you got to wait on God. You got to be God's timing. But faith without work is dead. Now you got to work for it. You got to keep working. But God's going to reveal the things to you on down the road. He's going to show you why I did that, when I did that, and why I didn't do that at the time you wanted it done. But anyway, that's going to conclude this video. You guys be great out there. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. You see, I got different topics. I talk about different things. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscription button right now. And comment down below and let me know. Give me an example of what happened with you and your timing versus God timing. Give me a short story and whatever you want to comment on. I would love to read it. And the commenters down there, they would love to read it too, and they could comment on it too. And that's the joy of my channel. I love to read your comments. I try to answer as many as I can, and I try to stay engaged with my viewers. But anyway, you guys take care. God is great. Remember God's time, and then I'll see you next video. You all take care.